my suggestion based on my experience is that if you give a small gap between the action and reaction, give 2 seconds silence, 3 seconds silence, then we are calm rather than reacting every time instantly. That is one aspect. Another, neither we have to take the total responsibility, nor do you have to blame somebody else. If you can say, okay, it is only a dialogue that we are having. It is not a life-threatening situation. Control anger. The physical activities to control anger. Just take a long breath. Just go for a walk. Because physical activities are very important. And if you do some physical activities, your mind calms down. Go in the nature. These are all proven things. Go for a run if you can. So these things do work. May not be, a prescription solution. What works with one person may not work equally well with other people. But at least with me, these things work. First thing, not to react. You don't have to have your opinion expressed every time. You can keep silent. You don't have to correct everything that is happening around. It will correct itself. Patience. And take care of self. Be positively selfish. Selfishness is good, so long as it doesn't harm somebody else. If you gain at the cost of somebody else's loss, it is bad. If you both gain, why not?
I'm going to commence the Q&A session, and I'm going to unmute Mr. Shmuel for the first question.
Okay, thank you very much. Very interesting presentation. And I want to ask you a question. How Arjuna can support improvement social and economic well-being?
See, the core thing is that duty, concern for others, and balance in life, balance in everything, the way we eat, the way we sleep. Even there is a place which says, okay, how do you prepare for your death chapter? So with that, the rest is a side product, economic well-being or the social welfare. The core is touched as a theme at a very, very high level. Specific questions, the implementation of it by the age, by the stage, in the current reality, which was told 5,000 years ago, you wouldn't have been able to tell, okay, there'll be Congress Party and BJP here now. So, or the economic situation now. But the core part, if you just analyze and apply that core thing, I think there'll be a social welfare and a progress.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you very much.
So there's a question in the chat box from a guest. Hare Krishna. What should we do for people who don't change to remain silent and do our duties better, please?
See, one thing is that sometimes we try to overdo. We don't give enough space for our colleagues, our deputies, our superiors, our child. We have no patience at all. If you understand, okay, there is a task separation. Each one has got a role to fill in. Each one has got a task. After doing that, yatechasi tatakur. Do whatever you feel fit. I am not the complete owner here. I don't have everything with me. Let us have that clarity of what is right and what is wrong according to me. And if you have to work together, let us see how we can do it together. If you take that approach, then there may be so much to learn from our students, from our children, from our grandchildren, from the society. There will be so much to learn if we accept that humility.
Thank you, sir. Okay, there's a question from a guest. Which chapter is to prepare for death?
I don't exactly remember. Somewhere he says, pravasa kala. Pravasa means going to the other world. How should I prepare myself at the time of death? I don't exactly remember. It may be somewhere 7th or 8th chapter.
All right, sir. Thank you. Yes, there's a participant, Vidyashwin, who's also mentioned chapter 8 in the chat box. Right.
Oh, okay. Vidyashwin, sir. Chapter 8. So I said 7 or 8, so it's 8. Fine. Thank you. Thank you.
A question for me. How can we identify when we are operating from a parent, adult, or child ego states in our daily behavior or interactions? And what are like the signs of contamination between these things
See
or
what?
merge?
Yeah, my suggestion based on my experience is that if you give a small gap between the action and reaction, give 2 seconds silence, 3 seconds silence, then we are calm rather than reacting every time instantly. That is one aspect. Another, neither we have to take the total responsibility, nor do you have to blame somebody else. If you can say, okay, it is only a dialogue that we are having, it is not a life threatening situation. That helps. And another thing is that the recall. What have I done? What did I speak? What words did I use? What tone I had? What body language I had? If you're able to analyze it, make a recall, review, or simhavalokanam, then it becomes a self-correcting mechanism, like a feedback mechanism. Like any system need a feedback mechanism. So that feedback, a lot of it, we can reflect on ourselves. Like you see, if you do this recording, if you see the record, then I will be able to review that, okay, where did I go wrong? Where can I correct? That knowledge itself will improve me later. It doesn't have to be a planned thing. Awareness itself is a great teacher. If you're able to be aware of what I have done, next time will automatically improve, even if you don't do anything deliberately.
Thank you. So, what practical steps can I take to maintain equanimity between success and failure, praise and criticism in my daily life?
This is the same thing. Like for the past 15 years, I do mostly teaching in universities, colleges. So one thing that definitely helps is respect others just because they are students. And maybe some of them are my grandchildren age, can be by age, though my grandson is not that old. So if I see that, okay, that gap I should not keep myself. Even if something comes from a small child, if you're able to listen respectfully, that solves half the problems. Because every child, one problem reported by most children, nobody listens to me. Either find some elder who listens, elder or the parent role and the child role, age maybe whatever. If you're willing to listen, some problem is gone. If you're able to trust, a lot of problem is gone. Initially, okay, you may get, somebody may take advantage of the situation, they may try to cheat, okay, but 10% of the time you may be cheated. I would rather accept that rather than being wrong myself 90% of the time with the same theory, X theory, Y of management. And think every person is wrong. I will say every person is right. And if you have cheated, fine, so what? I will overcome that. And next time you won't cheat because if you have shown trust, most of the times it balances out. And once you got that stress out of the mind, then our body improves, our health improves, our emotions improve, everything improves altogether. They're all, same loop, influencing each other.
Perfectly answered. So, thank you so much. Just a moment. I'll just unmute a guest.
Good morning, sir. Myself is Chandrasekhar Salapati. Actually, my question is that why the children's, the particularly the adult children, feels that the parents are their first enemy. And particularly the children after the once they are reaching the age of 13, 14, 15 to till 20, 23, 24, they consider the parents are the first enemy.
Number one, it is not just the parents who influence them. It is not just the teachers who influence them. There are so many influences in the world, their peer group, the changing culture, affordability, availability. Like when you and I were young, there was no complaint because it was not available. Even if it is available, it is not affordable. Like when I went to school, there is no road. Even if somebody had a vehicle, there is no place to drive. We had to walk 5 kilometers one way. So there is no complaint. So what happens is that looking at the possibilities, which are far more now, one thing comes, okay, why can't my father do that? Why can't my mother do that? That there is one aspect that comes, not the parents doing, but the environment which comes up with the change thing. Another, the distraction from the reality. The social media.
Social media.
It is known to affect everybody. It is known to affect at any age. So if this distraction is the how much ever you say, no, it has to be done deliberately. And for which we can provide framework, we can debate and discuss. And another thing, whatever we do for children, we have done it for love. We have done it for joy. In the bargain, we have got so much of pleasure, immense pleasure we have got. So that should not become a bargaining point if a father ever tells or a mother ever tells to a child that, okay, I have done so much for you, you're ungrateful, go on. You have lost the connection. Once somebody called me home, telling that, please advise my son, he is in a problem, this, that. So I went, we got over lunch. I said, okay, I'll come. When I went there, he started the dialogue. Last year he fell sick. I spent 4 lakhs on his treatment. He is not grateful. I said, okay, I have nothing to tell you because this is not the relationship that can be nurtured. It's not the child who is at fault. It is you who is at fault. If you cannot have that, the reward is never measured in terms of material.
The
So,
child is not our investment.
no, that's it. We do it for love. We just do it.
Love.
So,
And it is we have bring them to this world. They have not come their own.
exactly.
We are the only that is a method or the means, whatever may be their technological term may be. And
Exactly.
we have the financially capacity, depending upon your financial and emotional, physical capacity, we are doing.
Correct.
That is okay. So I will not, as for my personally, that I never treat my child as my investment, that after once I will be old, he will take care of me. That is not. But
No.
still, I found in my child, he is indifferent. He is
Hmm.
behaving last some days. So it is really frustrating. I am not telling about society or anything. I am telling about myself, my son, my.
Correct. Yeah. No, there are unfortunate situations after doing everything possible. Still,
Mhm.
there will be some aberrations. We can't help it. That does happen in life. In the sense, the parents might have done everything possible for the child, all the love, all the caring, all treating them like an adult. But some external influences, whatever it is, it can break the family. It can break a heart. It does happen, and there is no easy remedy for it anywhere in the world. So some questions are there, which are not answerable, at least, easily. But we can improve the situation to a great extent by doing our dharma, by doing whatever we think is right, and correcting if there is a situation to correct. That's all what we can do.
How can we distinguish between duty, dharma, and emotional attachments when we make important decisions, like someone very close to us, dad, child?
I think there is no straight answer for this situation. It is very easy to say do this and do that, but I won't be able to do
Very
it.
subjective. Very subjective.
Is subjective. The interpersonal relationship, like you've got 5 friends. In each one of them, your interaction is different. They all are close to you. But the language that you use, somebody you may pat on the back, somebody you shake hands, somebody say namaskar, somebody say how are you. So the way we interact with each other, there is a dynamism in the interpersonal relationship, interpersonal communication that paves way for the next action and the reactions. So we can work on ourselves, which changes others too. But the core of everything, trust is the core. Being sincere is core. If you got a robust value system, whether you are able to influence the other person or not, because we are not the only one who influences them. There are so many others like us who influence, but at least their behavior with us definitely improves when we respect them. And the easiest way to respect, there are only 2 things which I consider the most important in respecting. Punctuality, keep up the time. Don't make anyone wait for you. You know how frustrated you feel even to stand in a queue, which is mandatory, which is needed. Time. Another, listen. Listen with respect. If you do these 2 things, I think 90% of the relationship will improve. We have no patience to listen. We have no patience to wait. And we make others wait. This is what I have seen time and again. Very simple things to do, but seldom done.
Thank you, sir. So you mentioned earlier that physical stress often stems from mental confusion, and you gave some nice examples about it, like Arjuna's trembling hands. How can we address the root mental causes rather than the physical symptoms? And also, it would be great if you could tell us, like, this is like slightly personal touch, but during your time of service, were you sort of taking inspiration from the Gita as well, or were you inspired by it? It helped you make decisions during your time of service.
Yeah, even the small points and the serious points, say, I talked about the traffic.
Yes.
And what happens is where is a classic thing. If you're driving a car, every two-wheeler guy is a faulty person. If I'm driving a two-wheeler, the car driver is faulty. If you look at auto rickshaw guys, there is nobody who is an average driver. If you take the average opinion of 100 drivers, every person is above average. There is nobody less than that. So we got this concept, okay, I am right, you are wrong. I am okay, you are not okay. Especially when you get out into the society where others are strangers. So with the strangers, if you consider, okay, he has got a point, he is okay. We do not know what problem he is going through. So what I adopted for the past 10, 12 years is that if somebody cuts my, I'm just giving a personal example as you asked, when somebody cuts my path, when somebody makes me, stressed because of the traffic, I just give a smile. Look at the face of the other driver, give a smile. Every time I get a smile back, I feel good, he feels good. Nothing much about it.
Yes.
Very simple. Same, because most of my time is now spent teaching. Very, very simple thing. You treat the students equal. Make mistakes in front of them. Solve the problem sometimes deliberately, sometimes naturally. Not go with a prepared notes, prepared text, prepared PPT. Do it spontaneously. When you do spontaneously, you will do more mistakes. Especially the 60 students watching. You will make mistakes, more mistakes than when you make in the comfort of your desk at home. Let them catch your mistakes. Show that you are as human as they are. Just go around, at least in my case, I touch their shoulders, I pat their back. I say, okay, good. I ask, okay, what is your opinion? Time and again, I ask their participation. So if that is done, I think majority of the things, a lot of things which you find difficult, and sometimes it takes time to break the ice. First session, the first meeting, second meeting, first interaction, second interaction. It makes change. I'll give you a specific example. I used to visit Chief Electoral Officer, Karnataka, at least once a month earlier. These days I don't do for various other reasons. So Anil Kumar Jha was the chief electoral officer. He would say, okay, let us meet at 11 o'clock. But his officers, he would tell, come by 10:30. He told me that if I ask them to come by 10:30, they may come at 10:45, 10:50. But if I tell you 11 o'clock, you will be here at 11 o'clock. I don't want you to wait for my deputies. That is not correct. Now, what happens is that once, twice, I might have gone as per time, and he might have made me wait for his people. I don't remember. But what has happened, there is a communication we do more by action, simple actions, compared with just complaining, oh no, you made me wait, this one, that. No, it doesn't matter. So what? Different people are different. But you leave an impression by every action of yours. And for example, this person, I got great respect for him. But we always fought. We didn't agree on the operations. We didn't agree on so many things. I took him to court. Anyway, that doesn't matter. But individually, we never had lack of respect for each other. And we worked quite well against each other. So it's possible. It doesn't mean that we don't agree on a matter, but our value systems and the core values are okay. The behavioral scripting that we have got is okay. Then I've seen time and again it runs fine. And let us be bold. Let us accept our mistakes. Let us say, okay, this is what has happened. I need to correct to ourselves first, rather than justifying.
So there's a guest asking, how to control anger?
Controlling anger is simple. Give a smile, take a long breath, take a glass of water. Say, okay, why do you get angry? That is the first thing that we have to ask. If you're getting angry because the child is not studying, studying is the child's job. If my student doesn't study, it is a student's job. It is not my job to study. And you can't make somebody else, you cannot teach anything to anybody. People can only study, you can only nudge, you can help. So close. The moment we think it is our, why do we feel angry? Mostly, my experience and what I see is that we think it is our responsibility to see that everything is in order, everything is disciplined, everything is happening correctly. And we get angry with the politicians, we get angry with the road condition, we get angry. But we have to see, is there anything that I can do about it? The moment we start doing it, the anger goes down. The moment you get to Karma Yoga, okay, if there is a problem here, okay, I will do that. Like Salumaradatti Makka, she passed away last week. So she kept planting trees on the roadside. Fine. She didn't have children, okay, she just poured water, she brought them up, thousands of trees, fine. So one thing, we can distract ourselves from this kind of situation, doing something which gives us meaning, which gives us some satisfaction, that reduces the anger. once you've got meaningful things to do. And another thing, don't think, okay, it is my responsibility to see that my child studies. It is my responsibility to see the auto rickshaw guy doesn't go through. How this, how that, how this. So if we have a clear task separation, what is the other person's task? What is my task? It can go down. And then things to control anger, the physical activities to control anger. Just take a long breath. Just go for a walk. Because physical activities are very important. And if you do some physical activities, the mind calms down. Go in the nature. These are all proven things. Go for a run if you can. So these things do work. May not be, a prescription solution. What works with one person may not work equally well with other people. But at least with me, these things work. First thing, not to react. You don't have to have your opinion expressed every time. You can keep silent. You don't have to correct everything that is happening around. It will correct itself. Patience. And take care of self. Be positively selfish. Selfishness is good so long as it doesn't harm somebody else. If I gain at the cost of somebody else's loss, it is bad. If you both gain, why not? Win-win.
Thank you so much, sir, for patiently answering all of the questions and spending so much time with us.